And the show is not only about what we say right here in studio, it's all about your feedback too. And right about now, I would like to cross over to Shiksha Arora, who is standing by with your thoughts, questions and comments on the discussion that we're currently having right here on set. Over to you, Shiksha.
Thank you very much, Samuel. Of course, yes, indeed, as Samuel has said, it's all about together. We are a team, and you need to keep raising your concerns. You need to keep talking to us on our social media handles. That's at K24 TV. You can find us on Facebook, on Twitter as well. Remember, the hashtag is K24 Daily Brief. And right now, we're going to be taking you directly to our social media handles, where we've got a couple of tweets that have come in. There we go, at Ray Wambu says, I don't trust the process. I've seen writings on door lintels of my neighbors, but they're yet to count me. Well, maybe we can get a few answers from Samuel as well with the interview that will continue. I've got another one that's from Angie Maina, who says, on the ethnicity/tribe questions, is there an other? I'm sure the enumerator yesterday marked my husband's tribe for me, and this is not my identity. Also for our daughters, having the choice of other. So yes, another question that is quite important there. So we will be clearing out all your doubts. We've got another one from at Achakava, who says, I wonder if any women at all participated in designing the questions to households, and how many are enumerators. As a country, we need to walk the talk on gender equality and diversity. By the way, today is Women's Equality Day. So yes, in line with that, we've got a question there as well, which we will be getting answers to. Of course, moving on to the next question at Maura Isaac 1, who says, I'm so proud to be counted as a person with albinism for the first time in the history of Kenya under question number 43 of this year's census. Indeed, a proud moment. It is a historic one where intersex people, albinism people, are also going to be counted, which is quite a big deal for them in terms of finding their identity and being proud of who they are. The next tweet has come in from at Hakim Arora, who says, counting intersex persons is in itself a great opportunity. Following from the opportunity to be counted will be more opportunities for intersex persons for inclusion in all socio-economic and political departments as well. So yes, inclusivity is something that is very important, and this year's census has showed us that we are all one, we're all included regardless of your sex, regardless of your tribe. And yeah, very, very interesting conversation right there on our social media handles. We will keep getting more. Right, Samuel, what do you think about some of our concerns and questions that have been raised by our viewers?
Well, I can share into the sentiments of one of our viewers there who said that they're yet to be counted. Same case right here. I'm yet to be counted, more than 48 hours down the line. But of course, we've got Job Mose, who is the Assistant Manager Population Statistics at the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, sharing insight and answering your questions in as far as the ongoing 2019 census process is concerned. Job, the amount of trust that Kenyans have invested in this process appears not to be at the level that it has been in other years, 2009, 1999, and years before that. What, in your opinion, why is this, and how are you countering any mistrust that you're facing on the ground?
We don't believe that there is a mistrust on the ground, because the Bureau has done most of we have done publicity, and the way Kenyans have come out to be counted, we believe that they trust on what we are doing. Maybe what I can mention on the number on the door frame.
Yeah.
When we started the exercise, we started with what we introduced in this year's census called pre-enumeration listing of households. And this one we did on 22nd and the 23rd. What it means is that the enumerators, where we assigned them, they went and did listing of all the households within that enumeration area. Once they did that listing, they were indicating a number on the door frame. Once they indicate the number is also captured on the gadget that they are using. Now, what it means, by the end of 23rd, the enumerators know the households they're going to enumerate. Then, starting on 24th, now they start from the list which they already have. So, once they enumerate your household, you will realize that the structure number, when they indicate during the pre-enumeration listing, they write S00 if it is household number 1, S001 stroke household number, which is maybe household number 1. Then once they do that, When they come and enumerate, they now put stroke E, meaning you have been enumerated.
So one had to do with the pre-listing.
Pre-listing
this
first.
other one has got to do with confirmation that that household has indeed been enumerated.
Once they add an E,
exactly,
it means now that it has been enumerated.
Let's cross over to Kisumu job, because we had our reporter Baraka Karama sample views from Kenyans from that region, and one of the respondents said that he's yet to be counted, and he's casting concern over the progress of the process, saying that it could be a bit too slow. Is it the truth?
No, I indicated that the process is not slow yet, because we are just 2 days into the exercise and we have 5 days to go. So what I know as at now, maybe you could confirm whether he has been pre-listed. Pre-enumerated listing has been done in his household. Once it has been done, now he's waiting for enumeration. So they only need to get word if by 31st they have not been enumerated.
Yeah.
So the process is not slow. Yes.
We've seen a lot of progress in terms of lobbying around disability, which is a good thing. We've seen our viewers talk about it. We've also seen for the first time intersex persons have been included into this particular exercise. But let's talk about the inclusion of agriculture as one of the key components in this particular census. The first time this is happening, why was it of importance to government to make this a component of the census this time around?
Yeah, in the previous census, we have not had much about agriculture.
Other than livestock.
Yeah. But now, this time, we introduced crop farming also, where we wanted to establish whether in a given household, they are doing farming. And if they are doing farming, which type of crops? We have a list of crops here, which we select if they are being cultivated within that household. The key thing here is the issue of food security. For you to establish about food security, you must know how many people are really into the business of agriculture farming. Then, in addition to that, is that we want to do agricultural census after this. So these indicators we are capturing are going to give us a frame which we will use to do agricultural census, which we have not done before.
How sensitive was this process to culture and tradition? We've seen the Ma community talk about, you know, the counting of children and wives, and we've seen men talk about it and say, okay, we cannot do that here, it's against our own taboo. So how inclusive was this process when it comes to culture and traditions?
Yeah, we are trying to really sensitize everybody the importance of giving us the figures, because we have those issues of culture, but then we are encouraging Kenyans to actually give us the figures, because without the figures, then the government may not be able to plan well. Because what we are doing, one of the key objectives of a census is that we want to know the number of people, where they are, for you to plan for them. Now, assuming the Ma community, you have said, if they decline to giving us numbers, then it will be a disservice to themselves and the county. So we will still urge the county, the governor of that county, everybody in that county to sensitize their people the importance of giving us the numbers. Because assume now in each household they say we don't count children here. You know now you will not be able to plan for the children who are within that place. So we still encourage the governor and or the politicians within that area, civil society, let them encourage them to give
the numbers. But it is a challenge on the ground, and it could interfere with the process so far. So we do hope that Kenya National Bureau of Statistics job will have a counter to that state of affairs, because it's a reality so far, courtesy of spot checks that we have revealed right here at K24 TV, and talk about getting sensitive to what the regions have to offer in as far as this process is concerned. Here is Shiksha Arora, who will be introducing a few of our reporters from the regions for an update on the same. Shiksha.
course, indeed. Yes, we will be giving you details regarding what's been happening in the various counties. So yes, we've heard our reporter from Kisumu, that was Baraka Karama, giving us an update. We went to Nakuru as well, where we had an interview with the regional commissioner. Well, right now we'll be taking you directly to Nyeri, where we have our reporter Wahoo, and of course she's going to be giving us more details regarding what's happening when it comes to Census 2019 in this particular county. Wahoo.
The residents of this area and how they feel about the questions that they were asked and how this census was conducted, and if they are satisfied with whatever or whoever came to their places. I'm joined by several people here, na tutaanza na wewe. Pengine utuambie zile maswali mliulizwa kwa census, unasikia zilikuwa salama ama pengine kuna kitu wewe uliona iko kufurahisha?
Kusema kweli census inaendelea vizuri, isipokuwa it seems it would be take long. Sababu wenyewe wanaenda miji kama 12 kama last time yesterday but one walienda nyumba 12. Maswali imekuwa mingi sababu wanauliza mambo kama hapa Nyeri. Hapa they don't expect us kuwa na meli. Nauliza kama tuko na meli. Alafu wanauliza mambo ya tractors. Mimi ningeona kama ingekuwa vizuri because it is an environmentally watuuliza yale maswali tunaye vitu tunaye yenyewe inaendelea vizuri, isipokuwa inaonekana kama it will take so long.
Asante. Na pengine niongee na mwingine, na pengine kwako wewe ulisikia maswali za census aje, na pengine vile inaendelea sasa hii unaona kama iko salama ama bado kama hata utasema itachukua muda mrefu?
Yenyewe ile maswali ya census ni mzuri. Kwa jina mimi naitwa Wanyeki wa Masharia. Kwetu ni Mkroini. Census inaendelea vizuri, isipokuwa wata take long kwa sababu ile maswali wanauliza ingine haihitajiki. Sababu maswali ya uko Masabit si kama ya Nyeri. Ya Nyeri ni tofauti. Ya Nyeri nayo ni Mombasa pia ni tofauti. Kwa hivyo hapa nafikiri ni vile kujiandaa kwao ndio ilifanyika vibaya, sababu hawakufikiria hivyo. Maswali wangepunguza, lakini mimi naona jambo lile lilifanya wasipunguze hiyo maswali ni kutokana walikuwa nafundishwa Kikenya na Kenya environmentally ni tofauti. Sasa kile wangeambiwa kulingana na kwenu nyinyi ambaye mnahesabu pali fulani, msiulize maswali haihusikani na huko, sababu mkiuliza mtatiki too long. Sasa unaona siku 2 zimeenda na mimi naona kama haijafika nusu, sababu hata mimi sijahesabiwa saa hii na ninalala kwangu kila siku, waona. Kwa hivyo hiyo maswali inawachukua muda mrefu sana, na ule mtu anasoma lazima asome, ni kusoma anasoma, hawezi kuiweka kwa kichwa ndio aulize mara moja, sababu ni kitu anaandika. Sasa wale wangeambiwa na returning officers maswali ile inahusiana na kule wewe unahesabu, uliza hiyo tu badala ya kuuliza maswali isiyo ya hapo. Kwa hivyo ni mzuri, lakini hapa tuseme kile kinafanyika ni kutimiza tu vile serikali inataka. Lakini hiyo maneno sioni vile itatusaidia sisi Wanjiku. Hata kama mimi si Wanjiku, mimi ni mwanaume.
Asante, mimi ndio Wanjiku. And maybe to the last person. Pengine kwako dadi, pengine umehesabiwa ama bado hujahesabiwa, na kama umehesabiwa hizo maswali zilikupelekaje?
Mimi bado, kwa sababu hii kazi inaenda pole sana. Maswali ni mengi na hata leo nimesikia ya kwamba itaendelea usiku na mchana. Je, wale ambao wanafanya hii kazi watakuwa wameshoshwa na hii kazi sana? Kwa hivyo ingefaa wafanyikazi waongezwe ili wakave hii kazi kwa siku chache.
Well, those are some of the views of Nyeri residents, and they say that at some point this thing is very slow. And actually, just to let you know, on Saturday when the census was starting, MP for Kieni Kadini Kega launched the Kieni East census program at his place in Kieni, Narumoro in Kieni East constituencies. Other MPs launched them differently, but actually this thing is very slow according to what they are saying. Wengine wanasema wasiulizwe maswali kama kwao kuna ngamia, kwa sababu automatically Nyeri hatuna ngamia. But yes, actually hata mimi sijahesabiwa, but then again we just waiting if they'll come around. So Sam, for now, back to you in studio from Nyeri County. I'm Wahungoge.
All right, of course, that is the Wahungugi from Nyeri County. And yes, indeed, very interesting insight that she had to share regarding the amount of camels in the area. And still on that, well, we're speaking about the census, and right now we'll be patching back to our reporter, that is Kigotho, who is in Nakuru County with the regional commissioner for Rift Valley, that is George Natembea, and he's going to be basically catching up with him regarding what's been happening in the area. As we had said earlier, there was a technical issue with the sound, but yes, we've managed to sort that out. And back to you, Kigotho. Maybe you can still give us an update on what's been happening when it comes to Census 2019 regarding the process in Nakuru.
The regional commissioner, is laughing about Wahu's report on camels, and he's telling me that some of these camels can also be counted in the anti-stock theft unit. Now this is a live coverage of the census enumeration process in Nakuru County. My name is Kigotho Mwangi, and I have been raised to the power of 24. This being a new daily brief, a new beginning of what we are going to be giving you right away from here, from feature stories, investigative stories, political stories, and human interest stories from Nakuru County, Baringo County, and Kericho County. Feel yourself and feel accommodated in the new K24, raised to the power of 24. And now joining me live from Nakuru County is our regional commissioner, George Natembea, who also has confessed to have been raised to the power of 24. Karibu sana bwana regional commissioner, na pole sana tumekuwa na mshike na sauti. We have seen that the enumeration exercise has started and kicked off well in Nakuru County without a lot of maybe drama and a lot of maybe name calling from the residents. What exactly are we expecting, and what have made this exercise to be successful in this region?
What has made this exercise successful so far is good planning. Before we started the process, we carried out proper mapping and identified all the potential trouble areas. So we were able to deploy our security agencies on the basis of information that we had. And therefore, even now, if something happens, I want to assure the people of the Rift Valley that the response will be fast and will be swift. We've been able to do this work very well, right from Turkana all the way to Kajiado. So far, it's progressing well. We do not expect any challenges, and I want to thank the people of the Rift Valley for the cooperation that they have so far extended to our officials. Also, I just want to emphasize that the security which you are provided is not just for the census officials, it's also for the citizens. And therefore, I want to assure the citizens that they are very secure. They should not worry about maybe any individuals masquerading as census officials to go out there and carry out the criminal activities. Our officers are firmly on the ground. They are accompanying the census officials, and in the areas where we feel are secure enough, we are doing what we are calling general patrols. Yeah.
Nakuru County is in the verge of being made a city, population-wise, infrastructure-wise, and also in terms of strategic positioning, be it being the regional headquarters. Do you think the town is ready for this upgrade?
Nakuru town has been ready to acquire that city status for a long time. In fact, we are a city in all but name. We're just waiting to be confirmed to be a city. Look at all the facilities, the hospitals, the universities. We have got a big town, tourism, and even its own strategic location at the heart of the country. So, population-wise, Nakuru is ready.
And I want to thank even the leadership of Nakuru and the people of Nakuru for understanding that there are major benefits to be accrued by becoming a city, unlike in other areas where you see people are fighting, going to court. They don't want even to become municipalities. But Nakuru, the leadership is all focused to ensuring that we acquire this city status, and we're going to acquire it.
We have had politicians who are saying they should carry their people home because they risk their constituencies will be dissolved if they don't meet the threshold of being a constituency. What is the advice that you're going to give these politicians, seeing that the government has told people not to go back to be enumerated back?
Those are what we call primitive behaviors, and these primitive behaviors have been able to stagnate our country even in terms of development. We waste a lot of our time and resources doing the wrong things. The government wants to know the population of this republic so that we can plan for everybody. It doesn't matter where you are. If your constituency is scheduled to be abolished, it will be abolished. Because if you engage in those behaviors of wanting to move people from one place to come to a constituency, there's actually the possibility that somebody else is moving other people from your constituency to somewhere else. So it just balances out. So we're engaging in activities that add no value at all. The most important thing is for our leaders to come out and urge the people to cooperate with census officers so that they can be captured in this national data for purposes of planning. All these other things, my constituency will go. Who told you your constituency? Because even the next election may even be going home. Yeah, focus on the things that matter. And the thing that matter now is to have every Kenyan captured in national statistics. Yes. So all these other activities that they're engaging in, they just confuse the people. Now, if you transport somebody from Nairobi, for instance, on a Saturday and took him to Kakamega, up to now maybe it's not been enumerated. Who is footing all those costs? Yeah, and somebody lives in Nairobi, 11 months in a year, but he wants to go and be counted in Kakamega, and yet it's more useful being counted in Nairobi because that's where he lives. That's why he requires services. So Kenyans even need to identify their own personal interests and know, I may have originally from a particular place, but this is where I currently live. This is my home. Yeah, and the idea of saying you're taking people from one place to another, it actually goes against all efforts that the government is making to unite the country. Where some people feel that we do not believe. You have got a house in a particular place, you work there, you've got a family there, but you still believe that's not a home. You have another home somewhere else. When are we going to integrate and be united as a country?
There you have it, Sam Njoroge. That is our regional coordinator, Rift Valley, George Natembeya, telling us that the area has been very well coordinated security-wise and population-wise, and also they are ready to become a city, and we are also ready to be raised to the power of 24 to become the voice of this city and also the voice of the region. And just to name just a few is that we have two new tribes in Rift Valley, and that is the Il Chamus and the James, who are going to be counted as a tribe on its own, apart from the Tugen and the other communities that are around. From this area and from this county, my name is Kigodho Mwangi. I take you back to studio that has been raised to the power of 24. From this county, we are ready. We are the voice of the people.
Very much, Kigodho. It is Shiksha, Arora, but yes, I will definitely be passing on the message to Sam as well, who is in studio, and he's got his guest. His name is Moses Job Nyandwaki, who is from the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics. And there's a few questions that have come around on social media, Sam. Maybe you could be giving the people the answers that they deserve.
Absolutely, Shiksha. We shall be doing exactly that, but we are one happy family, aren't we?
Indeed.
So you can be Sam, I can be Shiksha, depending on how anyone wants to look at it.
Of course, it is Gender Equality Day, so I don't mind.
All right. Indeed, she doesn't mind. So let's continue with our conversation right here in studio. Very quickly, Jose, there's a question here coming in, and it's from Angie Minor, who says, on ethnicity or tribe, is there another option? Because I'm sure the enumerator yesterday marked my husband's tribe for me, and this is not my identity. Also, for our daughters, having the choice of other or Kenyan is important. So how would you address this?
The issue of ethnicity, we have all the codes that we intended to have, but then in case you don't fall within the codes provided, then there is an option of Kenyan, and there is an option of other if there is no if your tribe does not fall within the ethnic codes that we have.
So does Arthur require you to specify which one it is?
Yes.
And what of the time that is being spent during this exercise? Because Tuwei says if the enumeration takes 30 minutes and it starts at 6 and ends at 10, that means basically, you know, around 10 families per day. Tutamaliza lini?
Okay, the 6 we are talking about is the 6 in the morning up to 6 in the evening. It's only on 24th when we started in 6 in the evening up to 10. But starting from yesterday, we started 6 in the morning the whole day. Today,
so it's all round.
Yeah, it's 6 in the morning the whole day, then up to some hours.
Redundancy job.
Yes.
Mbono uniulize niko na ngamia ngapi and I live in Central Kenya.
Yeah, what happens is that we want to establish the number of livestock owned by Kenyans. And remember, even if you're in Central, you could be owning camels. We see them in most of the places within. So everybody in all the households, we are asking camels, goats, all those. Yeah.
In the interest of time, very quickly, do we need to rethink how we conduct census in this country? I mean, countries like US only ask you 10 questions and that's it. So our questionnaire, Jose, ni kubwa.
Yeah, what happens is that in Kenya, we normally have so many indicators that we want to capture. But then going forward, we may rethink on reducing questions because like in US, as you have indicated, they ask only 10 questions in a census. But then going forward, they do several surveys, which are intensive. Yeah, then maybe going forward, we may rethink on reducing the questions. But then doing more surveys within the census, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming, Job. It's been a pleasure interacting with you this day.
Thank you.
And we wish you all the best even as you continue conducting the 2019 population housing census. Now, the next conversation that I will be having right here in studio is all about the economic sense and value behind the ongoing 2019 population and housing census. All that and much more is coming your way during the second hour of the show. But for now, time for a break. We will be back in just a moment.